Senior ministers have discussed introducing tighter lockdown controls in an effort to improve compliance with the current rules, it is being reported. The Prime Minister reportedly spoke with senior ministers on Sunday to evaluate whether the current lockdown rules were reducing a spike in coronavirus cases, the Daily Telegraph said. Among other measures reportedly being considered was the scrapping of the exemption allowing people to exercise with one other person from outside their household or support bubble. The Times reported ministers are also preparing to tell supermarket bosses to get tougher on policing social distancing restrictions and mask wearing in store, and there might be an instruction to wear them even at work. As well as the Prime Minister's discussions, Michael Gove was said to have chaired a separate emergency committee over the weekend, during which attendees examined stricter possible measures and initiatives to boost compliance. Meanwhile, vaccinations against coronavirus are being ramped up as 7 mass injection centres opened today. The new centres will be joined later this week by hundreds more GP-led and hospital services, along with the first pharmacy-led pilot schemes, taking the total to around 1,200, NHS England said. London's centre is at the Excel, with the 6 others based in Bristol, Surrey, Stevenage, Newcastle, Manchester and Birmingham. About 2 million people across the UK have now received their first dose of the vaccine, with the government aiming to have inoculated 14 million vulnerable people by the middle of February. The US House of Representatives is set to proceed with legislation to impeach President Donald Trump, Speaker Nancy Pelosi has said. Ms Pelosi made the announcement in a letter to colleagues on Sunday, saying the House will act with solemnity but also urgency, with just days remaining before Mr Trump is to leave office on the 20th of January. Ms Pelosi said the House is also hoping to force Vice President Mike Pence and the Cabinet to oust Mr Trump before evoking the 25th Amendment. The search for the black boxes of a crashed Sriwijaya Air jet has intensified as investigators try to discover what caused the plane carrying 62 people to nosedive into the Java Sea. The Boeing 737-500 jet disappeared minutes after taking off from Jakarta, Indonesia's capital, during heavy rain on Saturday, and the search so far has yielded plane parts and human remains, but no sign of survivors. More than 20 helicopters, 100 Navy ships and boats and 2,500 rescue personnel have been searching the area since Sunday, and signals from the boxes have been detected between Langkang and Laki Islands in the Thousand Island chain just north of Jakarta's coast. And finally, the Big Issue has launched a fresh appeal for support after its vendors were again forced to stop selling the magazine because of the latest lockdown. Almost 1,400 vendors of the magazine helping homeless people are affected. They're not eligible for furlough and cannot work from home, and the title has called on the public to support its 100 Days of Action appeal in a countdown to a hopeful end of lockdown. The Big Issue's founder, Lord Bird, urged people to make a donation or subscribe to the magazine.